Hi there, my name is Angela, at home growing flowers that she would later go and sell. I also had a little sister named Philippa, who was totally adorable. Things always there for each other. I didn't mind it when I was a child, but as I grew older, I began to notice stuff. Like one day, my mom made us dolls made out of cloth. My sister was thrilled, while
What's wrong, honey? Don't you like it?
Daisy has better ones. They're such tiny China dolls, Mom.
Honey, Daisy's dad works as a horseman for the king. We could never afford those. But the best thing about these are that they'll never break.
And I also understood that it couldn't be helped. When I was 16, one day I was walking home near the town square when there were so many people that it was difficult to see. I tried to jump to see over their heads. No luck. I found a barrel of wine near managing to see a fancy carriage, unlike anything that I had ever seen before. It was something out of those fairy tale books, like that carriage made out of a magical pumpkin in Cinderella. Who is that? I was stunned by her appearance. I had never seen such so good that I was jealous. I wanted what she had. I went home with the images of the princess fresh in my—
We can't get you those, as they cost more than a year of our earnings.
Tears streaming down my cheeks. I wished I had been born at the palace. Then I would have—
Sister, what's the matter?
I hurriedly wiped my tears away and smiled at Philippa, but she had already seen them. Nothing, I'm fine. Probably heard our conversation earlier. It's not Mom's fault, and hey, isn't it past your bedtime? I dreamt I was open my eyes. I was in someone else's bed, and the mattress was so thick I was actually sinking deeper into it with every second, stunned to see the luxuries around me. I was in this huge room with marble flooring and tapestries on the walls. Suddenly, the doors burst on myself with whatever I could use as a weapon, which in this case was a stick.
Your Highness, what would you like to have for breakfast?
I looked exactly like again.
Your Highness, are you quite well?
As confused as so I kept my mouth shut. Breakfast. It was a whole feast. Breakfast? In bed? Really?
As usual.
Oops. He looked It felt wrong going through someone else's things, but technically, I was the princess now, and they were mine. Servant approached me.
Your Highness, it's almost time for your lessons to begin.
The servant looked at me strangely, then left. I wiped my brow. I might have been wrong. I followed the servant into a room with several tutors. The king was there as well. I could tell because he had a big crown on his head.
Come now, let's show your father that posture we've been working on. I told him how excellently you've been doing and he wanted to see.
One of toppled to the ground. I looked at them fearfully.
Maybe she's just nervous because you are watching, Your Majesty. Let's give her another chance.
I fell over again, and again, and again. The king looked at me with disappointment in his eyes.
You are a disgrace to the family.